Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Trailhead Ranger NJ, and we are doing this series to complete this super quest which is for Apex for Agent Force. And in this super quest we will be ending it with by completing one of our super badge, that is Apex for Agent Force, which is very crucial. So let's follow this trail mix, and if you are not able to find it, don't worry, I'll be pasting the link of it in the description box. And also you can just search by the name of the modules or the project names such as quick start apex coding for admins, like this, and you'll be able to find it. So first of all, there are some rules that we need to complete it by September 30th to get a chance to that if we are going to win it or not. So we'll mark it as complete because we have already read through the instructions. Then the eligibility, it is also applied to us. You can go through for yourself that if you are eligible or not, and even if you are not, then it is still worth it to go through this trail mix and complete it, because you will learn something. You will able to have the exposure of how we are using the apex in the agent force. So we'll mark this as well complete. Then again there are some other official rules as well, so I'll mark it as complete as well. Then we are having a project that is a quick start apex coding for admins. So I know it is showing it as marking completed here, but don't worry, I will do it. So we'll just open this in a new tab and let's start with it. So this module is having number of units with us. So we'll start with this is a project that is apex coding for admins. So it might explain some of the basic things like what is the anonymous block, how we can use it, how we can create a list and such things. So we'll try to wrap it up as soon as possible, but yeah, let's follow it up and we'll start with it. Let's start. And our first unit is execute anonymous block. So that means there is a anonymous block in the developer console of the Salesforce, which allow us to execute a piece of code there. And so they are introducing that for us. We can create a new apex class and we can instantiate an object, invoke a method, and then create a list as well. So let's see if in the challenge we need to follow it up with. So yeah, so we need to follow all the steps here. So what I'll do is I'll launch this playground and I'll go up. Okay, so I guess I need to create a new playground. Give me a moment, and you can also create a new playground just by clicking on this create playground. Then whatever the name they are giving, or if you want to even change it, I'll do this as okay, apex for agent force, and I'll click on create. It might take some time. After this is created, you need to connect it to this unit or the trailhead as well, so that it can be linked and your progress can be tracked here. So just wait for a few minutes and this will be created then. So our playground is created. I'll click on launch now and it will open in a new tab. Now this is open and I can click on this and dismiss this as well. This is welcoming us, so that's great. Now what I'll do is I'll go up and follow up the steps. So what it is saying that I need to go open the developer console. So from where I can open the developer console is yeah, you can see the gear icon here, and you can click on that gear icon. After clicking on this gear icon, you can see the developer console. If you just click on this, it will open up in a new window. Otherwise, what you can do, you can click on the right and click on open link in new tab. Here the developer console will open in new tab. Then you can click on this debug and click on open execute anonymous window. This will open. Now we'll go here and they have given us some code So the code is not different. I'll just copy and paste it here. So in a string that is temp where they are storing a string that is enter your name here, and then we are debugging these two statements, that is hello world and debug and my name is this variable. So I'll just change this as Trailhead Ranger NJ, and then if I click on execute, so it should work. Okay, so yeah, so we are debugging this, and what I'll do is I will click on open log, this checkbox, and I'll click on execute. So after executing, it is showing me all the execution. I'll click on this debug only checkbox. So it is showing me hello world and my name is Trailhead Ranger NJ. So this is how this execute anonymous window is working. So now we need to create a custom object again. So here I am, and I'll just go to the sales app first. Okay, just give me a second. You need to go to the setup once again. After going to the setup, I'll click on this gear icon. I'll click on this setup. Then here I'll just dismiss all of this because it is not required for us. Then I'll click on object manager, and here I'll click on create and custom object. So we are creating a new custom object. Let's get the information from here. So label should be candidate, and the plural label should be candidates, and it is not starting with the vowel sound, so we should not check this checkbox. Then object name should be candidate, record name should be candidate number. So I'll come back here, object name is correct, record name should be candidate number, and data type should be auto number. So in the auto number, the display format they have given us this, that is the C and 00, and starting number should be 1. Then so yeah, so we'll keep these all as it is. We'll just click on this checkbox, launch new custom tab wizard, because we'll be selecting the tab for this custom object as well. So I'll click on save. Now the tab is open if they have given us any tab. So yeah, so here select the candidate object and the tab style, and we can choose any image. So object is candidate already selected. I'll click on the search icon, and what is the most closest to the candidate, if I can see anything. So I'm not finding anything relatable, but if you find anything you can choose that. I'll just go with the telescope icon as of now. So that is that. Now I'll click on next button, then again next, and then I'll click on save, and this is save. Now we need to create some of the fields. So I'll go back here to the object candidate. I'll click on the fields and relationship, click on new button. These are some of the standard fields which gets created automatically when you create a new custom object. So here I'll create first field as of data type text, and the field label should be first name, and length should be 50. So here I'll come and I'll select text, then I'll click on next. Field label is this, it is 50, and that is that, I guess. Yes. Then other we have to do is another field. So I'll click on here next, then again next, and save and new, because we want to create another field as well, so it will just save us some time. I'll click on text data type again, then click on next button, give field label as last name and the length as 50. Then again I'll click on next, and then save and new. And another field we wanted to create is email. which should be of data type email. So here you can find the data type as email. Then I'll click on next and I'll paste the label. Field name is also copied. Then I'll click on next and save this new field as well. So we have created these three new fields. You can see the custom fields are here. So underscore C is appended with the field names, and yeah, these were the standard fields which were getting created when we created the object itself. So that's all for this unit. So we'll verify this step. Let's wait for it. Sometime it takes time to verify it. So we are done with this unit 1. Now we'll go to the next unit. Now the next unit is to create a new Apex class. So again you can go to the developer console. I'll click on this file and new, and you can select the Apex class field, and our Apex class name is bank account. So I'll copy this and I'll paste it here and click on OK. So this is the class created. Now they have given us a piece of code. I'll try to make you understand this as well in very brief. So this is the class. I have copy pasted it. So first of all, they have declared two variables, that is the integer and the string. Integer variable, that is the balance, is assigned with 0 value, and it is private. And we have a string variable account name as public variable. Then again we are having another string variable, that is account type. Now we have declared a method make deposit of public, and it is not returning anything, so it is void. So what we are doing, we are entering a deposit variable here, or attribute I would say. Deposit will get here. Then with the balance we are adding it, and it will store in this variable. Then we are having another method of get balance, and in this we are having integer return type, and in this we are returning the balance. So that's all. You can combine these two methods as well, but here they are doing it in different method. So I'll save this. I'll do click save, control save, and it is saved. So after this we are creating another class, that is create contact from can. So again I'll go to this file, new Apex class, and then paste the name and click on OK, and I'll copy this piece of code and I'll go here and paste it. So in this we are just for now have created one method, create contact, and calling this. So I'll just save this and then I'll verify the steps. So in this unit we just created one Apex class in which we were getting the balance and adding the deposit to the balance as well in case the user entered the deposit. And there is another class which we have created in which we want to create a contact, and there we just declared the method. As of now we have not written the logic. So now we'll move on to the next unit, that is instantiate an object and invoke a method from execute anonymous. So this is, we want to open the developer console and the anonymous window, and we want to replace the existing code with this. Okay, so I'll copy this. I'll make you understand what they want to say. So this piece of code we are having here, I'll just open debug and then open execute anonymous window, and I'll paste this whole code. So if you remember, we have created this class bank account. So we created one instantiate object of this class. Then in this class we were having three variable as account name, account type, and balance. Balance was a private variable and other two was the public variable, and they were not having any values. So we are assigning those values by having this object of this class. So account type we have given as checking, and account name we have given as this D Castillo check. And then there we were having a method, that is make deposit, which is having attribute of deposit. So we are giving the attribute deposit as 150. So So if we will go back to this code, this 150 will add to the balance here and will store in this balance variable, and then we are just debugging this get balance method, which is nothing but returning the balance in the integer form. So balance should be 150 plus 0 because balance initially was 0 here declared, so we should get the 150 answer. So I'll just click on execute now and logs will be open, and then I'll click on debug only here, and 150 is the answer. So I hope you are able to understand the code as I have explained. So this is also done. Now I'll click on this verify step. So in this what we did is the class which we have already created, we just executed that class by giving some of the variables value. So that's how it's done. Now we'll move on to the next unit here. Now in this unit is create a list. We will be learning how to create a list. So again we need to open the execute anonymous window, and we are again following with this code, and I'll explain it, so don't worry. I'll just go here and I'll close this, open the execute anonymous window again, and I'll paste the code. So let me just see what is the next step. Okay, so I'll come here and I'll explain it. So again we have created an object of this class, and we have provided with the account type and account name, and then we have entered the deposit in the make deposit method as the attribute, and that's that. Now we are creating another object, save account. So in this save account we are giving account type as savings, similar to the earlier, account name as D Castillo save, and now we are giving the deposit of 220 instead of 150. So in our checking account it was 150, and in our saving account it is 220 the deposit. Now we are creating a list of bank account because we are having two bank accounts, that is checking account and the save account. So the list size we are checking first of all. So this should be 0 because we are just instantiating a list and it is not having anything as of now. Then in this list we are adding the first check account, and then we are adding the save account. So now if we will check the size of this bank account list, it should be 2, and if we will imprint this list as well, it should be having these two bank accounts. So if I'll execute this whole code and we'll check the logs, you can see first it was having 0 bank accounts, then it has 2 bank accounts, and the list is having first bank account as D Castillo check, account type is checking, and the balance is 150, and the second is account name is D Castillo save, account type is savings, and the balance is 220. So that is correct. Now what we wanted to do is, we have created another class which was empty as till now, create contact from can. So we'll just copy this code and we need to paste it there, and again I'll explain the code as well. So I have pasted the code and saved the class. So in this method, the create contact, we are having a parameter of list of candidate. Now candidate, the custom object which we created in the starting of this project. So we are giving its name as cans from trigger, and then it is the we are having a list of contact as con list. So it is not having any value till now. So again now we'll verify this unit, and then we'll move on. So now this unit is verified and we are at the 50% of this project. So now we need to create a list for loop. So again we need to copy and paste this piece of code in the execute anonymous window, and I'll explain the new code they have added. So first we were having the check account, then we make the deposit of 150, then we have the save account and make the deposit of 220. Then we instantiated the list. So earlier what we did is we added these two accounts in a list by single commands or by each command. So suppose if we are not having only two accounts but we are having maybe 50 or the 100 of account, So you can't just have each account as bank accounts dot add and then add the account, right? So this is they have done here. But later on, if we want to perform any action, so what we can do, we can utilize the for loop. And the for loop, this bank account on this bank object will be running. This is the list over which we will go through, and this is the variable which will track it. So similarly, in other coding we use for as using the I variable, right? So this is the basically for each loop. So in that we are having I variable which use as a indicator at which stage we are at. So here it is temp account, right? And now what we are doing is, every time we are looping over use from this bank account list, we are getting its name, that this is the name and this is its account type and this is the balance of it. This is the statement we are imprinting. So basically here we were just getting the list in the manner it is stored in the database, but here we are just altering that list in the manner we want the user to understand it. So if I'll execute this piece of code, the same data we are having, just the manner of the data visible to us is little bit different, or the statement I can say will be a different. So you can see first three lines are same, that is the first having zero bank account in the list, then two bank accounts are added, and this is the list. Now the same list we are seeing, but in this manner, that is a D Castillo check is a checking account with a balance of $150. And similarly, the second statement is D Castillo Save is a savings account with a balance of 220. So that's how we can utilize the for loop here. And then again we'll open the other class and we'll go and paste the piece of code here. So earlier what we did is we instantiate a list, that is a con list. Now we are looping over this scans from trigger the list which we will be getting from somewhere else, and having a variable as current candidate. So we are not performing any operation till now, but we'll be doing it in upcoming units. So let's verify this. So if you are not familiar with Apex, you might be finding it a little bit difficult to understand all at once. So I'll suggest just go through each statement of this piece of codes, and even there are the commands are also mentioned. The comments are mentioned that what they are doing in each statement, or I have already explained, so you might be able to understand that as well. So just take it easy, but if you are already familiar with Apex, you might find it very easy, that you are already familiar with all of this. So let's move on with the next unit, that is the use DML to save standard objects to the database. So again what we'll do is we'll just copy this piece of code, and I will go to the anonymous window and we'll paste it here. So in this what we did is, the way we were having a bank account class and then we were creating its object. So now what we are doing is, we are having account standard object in the system. We are creating its object. We have instantiated an object of this standard object. Then we are adding its name as recruiting, and then we are performing a dynamic DML operation, basically, that is the insert operation, that please insert this account in your database. And then we are debugging it, that is a new account name is created with this name. So I'll just execute this, and then we'll open the logs as well. A new account name recruiting was added. So that's that. Then we'll go to the class which we were already working on, and again I'll paste the code. So yes, so if you remember till here we already worked upon it, that is we entered the for loop and we were having a variable as current candidate which will loop over this list, that is the cans from trigger, and this list will be getting from somewhere, and we are accepting it in this method create content. So after this what we are doing is, so we in this list, then the list which we have instantiated already, we are adding a new contact whose first name should be this current contact's first name, then current contact's last name and the email, and then we are performing the operation on this list as whole. So this is the best practice we follow. We don't enter a single contact or single account at once, but we entered a list of contact or the list of accounts at once, so that we are not able to pass the governor limits, and we are following the best practices. So I have already saved it, and then we'll verify this. So this is done. Now we'll move on to the next unit, that is create SOQL to return data to Apex. So we have entered the data into the database, that is we have created one new account, one new contact as well. Now we want to fetch the data and see how we can do it. So we can utilize the SOQL for that. So what they are doing is, first of all we want to open the resource, and okay, account object we want to open, and we want to select ID and name, and then we want to perform the query. So here click on file and click on open resource, then you can type in account, you can find it account.obj, click on this and click on open. So now what we'll do is, we'll click on this ID and what other fields they are saying, name, and then I'll click on this query button. So this query is entered here. You can click on twice as well if it is not visible to you. Then I'll click on execute and it will show me the data. You can see all the accounts which are present in the system are coming here. And now at the end of the query we'll enter that where the name is recruiting. So this is the new account which we had just entered, so you can see this is here. But if we are putting this filter, then only this account should be visible. So I'll click on execute, so only this account is visible. Then what we want to do is, this is we have already done. Now we'll just update the class again. I'll go to the class and I'll copy paste the code, and the things which we update here is, so there's a list of accounts which we are fetching, that is where the name is recruiting, the query which we have just ran. So this is the list of account which we are fetching, and then the list and we are using it in the contact. So the contact which we are just creating, we want to update its account ID as well. So the account ID should be belongs to this account. So that's what we are doing, and that is save again as well, and then we'll verify it. The rest of the code is same, so that's why I have not explained it, but I hope you understand. So this is done. Let's move on to the next unit, and now we want to create a trigger. So I'll just copy this name, and we want to create the trigger on the candidate object. So I'll go to the developer console, click on file, click on new, and click on this apex trigger now. After clicking on this apex trigger, I'll paste the name which they have given me, and in the standard object I'll just select the candidate object. I'll scroll down and I'll find this candidate object, and I'll click on submit. So this is the trigger I have created. Now I'll just copy paste this piece of code. So this operation we are performing on after insert, and then what we are doing is, we are calling this class is method create contact and passing this trigger dot new list. So what it means is, suppose there is a contact which is being inserted, so that contact's detail will be, sorry, candidate's detail will be passed on to this method and will go as this cans from trigger, and then the whole operation will be performed. Okay, so this is this. Now we'll perform this in the real time. I'll go home and here I'll just search for a candidate because our trigger is on candidate object. I'll open this and then I'll click on OK. I guess the tab is not created, so I'll go to the classic version as of now. Yeah, so this is open the candidates. Now I'll click on new. In the new, the first name I'll give as Gina, and then I have last name as Simmons, Gina Simmons, and then email is as this. Sorry, here I'll paste this and I'll save it. So after saving it, now new contact with this detail should be created and it should be linked with the account. So we will verify it. Will go to the contacts and in the list here I'll just click on okay, I'll click on this list view, then I'll click on all contacts and I should find this Gina Simmons and account name is recruiting. Because we were fetching this account and we were linking this account only to this contact in the piece in the code here, if you see, because we were fetching this account and this account only here we are linking, that's why it is linked to this account. So this is done. Now let's verify it. So yes, so we are done with this project. It was a long project. You might came across some of the things which you have not heard earlier, not work upon it earlier, or you might be finding it a bit difficult for yourself. But don't worry, I have tried my best to explain everything at this point because it was very basic things. But in case you are still facing the issue to understand those, you can put down a comment. Again, I'll try my best to explain that there as well. And if you learn something here from this video, so please like the video and subscribe the channel, and you can let me know in the comment section if you are having any doubt, any opinion, or any suggestion on what topic you want me to make video on related to the Salesforce. So I'll be happy to do it. And thank you, stay tuned.